Good day, everyone. My chosen journal is entitled Spatial Distribution of and Populations at Risk of A. lumbricoides and T. trichiura co-infections and infection intensity classes, a ecological study published on October 3, 2018. Soil-transmitted helminth or STH infection with Ascaris lumbricoides, trichiuris, trichiura are among the most common infection in school-age children. These infections are particularly common in impoverished communities where the provision of water, sanitation, and hygiene and also education are limited. Morbidity caused by STH infection is estimated to in 4.98 million years live with disability for an estimated loss of 5.18 million disability adjusted life years. STH-related morbidity includes anemia of inflation and deficiency, chronic nutritional imbalances, stunting impaired cognitive function, and delayed development of fine gross motor functions. The World Health Organization advocates the administration of regular chemotherapy with anti-helminth medicine. The Philippine Department of Health has been implementing an integrated helminth control programs. The spatial distribution of STH infection prevalence shows significant variation across the Philippines. Mapping the prevalence of STH infection is important to define areas that need regular treatments with albendazole or the mebendazole medicine. The objectives of this study is to predict the spatial distribution of the prevalence of Ascaris lumbricoides and trichiuris trichiura co-infection and infection intensity classes in the Philippines, and also to identify the populations most in need of interventions. The study used different methods and materials such as data for analysis, STH infection data, the spatial analysis for georeferencing of data, variable selection, analysis of residual spatial dependence, spatial models, prediction map, and model validation. Especially the study used the analysis for STH infection data, where the data was collected during the National Schistosomiasis Survey in the Philippines in 2005 to 2007, especially in western part Samar area. And also the spatial analysis for georeferencing of data, which is the unit of analysis was the barangay, the smallest and the administration unit in the Philippines, which has an average of approximately 11 kilometers. For the results, the study showed that school-age children 5 to 19 years old are most at risk of A. lumbricoides and T. trichiura co-infections and moderate high infections intensity compared to the other age groups. Identified targets provinces where the likelihood of STH-associated morbidity was the highest and in Luzon, especially Bulacan, Benguet, Cavite, Sorsogon, Metropolitan, Manila, Pampanga, and Rizal. In Visayas, province are Cebu, Iloilo, Leyte, Negros Occidental, and Negros. And lastly, in Mindanao, which is Agusan del Norte, Davao del Sur, Davao del Oriental, Lanao del Sur, Maguindanao, Misamis Oriental, Sulu, and Zamboanga del Sur. Luzon had the highest estimated number of school-age children with A. lumbricoides and T. trichiura co-infections, estimated about of total 89,400, followed by Visayas 39,300, and in Mindanao 20,200. Discussions. Modeling approach and analyze policy relevant indicators of the STH morbidity and allowed the estimation of the number of school-age children infected with the STH infections in greatest of the benzimidazole treatment in the Philippines. The study extends previous spatial epidemiological investigations in the Philippines by predicting the spatial variations in the prevalence of STH co-infections intensity classes in order to identify locations in the Philippines where STH-associated morbidity is at the highest. The prevalence of a lumbricoides and the tip trichiura in the Philippines was estimated to be significantly higher in males compared to female. The result shows the reverse relationship for co-infections. Evidence indicates the pattern of infections in females is different from males. Results showed that school-aged children are increased risk. Populations must need of intervention to reduce the STH-associated morbidity. The figure 1 is the map that shows predicted prevalence of a lumbricoids, mono A, trichiura, mono B, and co-infection C in school-aged children in the Philippines. Figure 2 is the map that shows predicted prevalence of light infection intensity class A and a moderate high infection intensity classes B of a lumbricoids in school A. The last figure is a map that shows predicted prevalence of light infection intensity class A and a moderate high infection intensity class B of T. trichiura in school A. Conclusions and recommendations. Overall, the study generated an important epidemiological resources highlighting the natural priority areas for STH morbidity control in the Philippines. Findings can guide policymakers in the Philippines to design geographically targeted interventions programs to reduce the STH-associated morbidity. This is particularly important in order for the Philippines to achieve the target of less than 20% prevalence of STH infections and zero prevalence of moderate and high intensity STH infections recommended by the World Health Organization to achieve a morbidity control. Lastly, these are the references cited in the study. Thank you all and God bless.